And now let's get to the starting lineup for Derek Kellogg and the UMass Minutemen. And again, we'll tell you it's the same starting five that they've had for 13 consecutive games at the beginning of this season. The backcourt, Chaz Williams, Derek Gordon. Now, Williams has actually cooled off offensively since that brilliant 32-point effort against BYU. Chaz is shooting just 31% over his next 4 games. So 4 games, 31% on field goals for Chaz. Derek Gordon, his running mate, of course, had the game-winning putback in overtime in UMass's last game, a win against Providence a week ago. The forwards are each redshirt seniors, and Coach Kellogg said during our pregame interview that, well, these are 2 guys that he wants to get back going in the right direction offensively. Samson Carter and Rav. Final game for the Minutemen before Atlantic 10 conference play begins Wednesday. UMass, ranked 23rd in the country, has an 11-1 record as they host the 4-6 Redhawks of Miami University. Miami, Ohio, again, that's what you more commonly hear it referred to as. Josh Maurer, along with the former Minutemen, Jason Germain, and Tim Collins. Great to have you gentlemen next to me. I'm Josh Maurer, as I mentioned, and great to have all of our listeners along with us on WEEI 105.5 in Western Mass, 1440 AM in Worcester, and WATD 95.9 on the South Shore. And a special welcome to those of you watching tonight across the country, live online on the Atlantic 10's digital network. The officiating crew for tonight, Eric Anderson, Chuck Bullock, and Jeff Albright. It'll be Eric Anderson serving as the R. He'll throw the ball up in the air to start things off. UMass in its home white uniforms. Maroon lettering and numbering trimmed in black, and Miami, Ohio in the blood red road unis. White lettering and numbering for the Redhawks. The opening tip-off is brought to you by Mafre Commerce Insurance, the official insurance company of UMass Athletics. That's Mafre, people who take care of people. Raphael Putney to jump center for the Minutemen. In fact, Will Felder was going up against him. And guys, it looked like Felder just let Putney win the tip. He didn't even jump. So UMass controls it easily, and we're underway on a Saturday night. Jack Lehman Court at the Mullen Center. Chaz Williams drives the left baseline, caught up in the air, pass cross court to Gordon. Derek resets with Putney at the top, and Putney is fouled on a hand check by Will Sullivan. Sullivan giving up several inches to the tall, lanky forward Putney.
Yeah, really a mismatch for Miami, Ohio at every position except the point guard in terms of height and size. So, I'd likely see them in a little bit of zone, some man. They'll mix some defenses early, try to keep UMass off balance.
Minutemen inbound, still scoreless, and a travel against Derek Gordon, who took a catch on the right baseline and then took a step before he dribbled the ball. So UMass ends up turning it over on the opening possession of the night. Miami in the red, UMass in the white. Minutemen in the middle of a 4-game homestand. And again, their final tune-up before conference play begins tonight. against a team that, frankly, they should beat. They're very much favored to. We'll see how Coach Kellogg's team comes out. They've had a week after the Providence overtime win to prepare. Miami, Ohio at the top of the key. They won't play very fast. Joshua Oswald, the freshman. And now the Giovanni McKnight pass goes over for Oswald again. Will Felder, their leading scorer and rebounder. The big man had it at the top. Got it back for the point guard, Rollins. Quentin Rollins driving bank shot. No good. It just missed. Rebounded by Putney, but then Putney turned it over. It's stolen by Rollins, and Quentin Rollins banks it in as he hits the deck. 2-0 Miami. Here come the Minutemen. Gordon up to Chaz Williams, and Chaz double dribbled as he brought it just inside the three-point line. Well, it was the turnover there by Putney that set up the layup for Quentin Rollins.
Yep, 3 turnovers already for UMass to start the game. 2 travels actually in a bad pass, so a little rust to shake off early.
And now Will Sullivan, pass out of bounds right into the UMass bench on the other end, looking for Giovanni McKnight, one of the other guards who was in the left corner. Jason, you think that maybe rust could be an issue after a week off, and also you have to worry about, well, what's the motivation when you're playing a team that, as I said, you're supposed to beat?
And it is hard to get yourself up for these games, but like Tim said, 3 turnovers already, and the Minutemen just they look sloppy right now.
See what UMass does on this most recent possession. They trail 2-0, a minute and a half into the first half. Lane sets the high screen for Chaz Williams. Chaz gets a return feed from Samson Carter and now goes to Gordon. Derek attacking the middle of the lane, had it knocked away by Rollins. Quentin Rollins, another steal up ahead to McKnight. And Giovanni McKnight gets the breakaway layup to drop. It's 4-0.
Actually, a very similar start to the Providence game where they're just turning it over and giving some easy layups on the other end. UMass got to get it together on the offensive end right now.
Quentin Rollins is one of the best steals men in the history of the Miami program. The senior point guard has already picked off a couple of UMass passes. Into the post, Caddy Lane throws out of it back to the top dangerously, but it is retrieved by Chaz Williams. 10 on the shot clock, Williams to Putney at the top of the key. Putney studies, takes a deep 3. Nothing but net, it drops in. Putney, who's been in a 2-game slump. Good to see him get off to a good start. A swish on a 3 to make it 4-3 the Redhawks. Miami beats the full court press and now slows it up in the front court.
Hey, not a great shot, but looked good as soon as you let it go. At least they got a shot up. Hadn't even got one up at 4 straight turnovers on 4 possessions for UMass. And finally Putney gets them going early.
Now Miami with the shot clock at 10. Will Sullivan guarded by Chaz Williams. Chaz went for the steal. Chaz got the steal and is fouled by a frustrated Sullivan. Chaz picked Will Sullivan's pocket, and then Sullivan in frustration commits the personal foul.
Yeah, and immediately John Cooper going to get in. Their big scorer from last game, Willie Moore, his first game of eligibility for the Redhawks, put up 14 points. A little more firepower does Willie Moore give him, and he's going to get Sullivan out of the game in hopes that Moore can give him a little spark.
Moore is an Oregon transfer, a very interesting story that we'll get to when time permits. Minutemen trail by 1. They have the ball. 17 minutes to go in the half. Putney has it just to the left of the top of the key. Hit about a 25-foot three-pointer last possession. This time Putney into the post for Caddy Lane. Passes out of a double to Samson Carter. He attacks but missed the bank shot. And a rebound pulled down by Miami. And here comes Willie Moore on the push all the way to the rim. Nothing but backboard on the layup. Rebounded by Caddy Lane for UMass. So Moore attacking right away off the bench. But he hit nothing but backboard on the shot. Back come the Minutemen. Williams to Gordon. Had it knocked away again by Quentin Rollins and a steal. Moore up ahead, goes to Oswald. One more. Shot missed underneath. Then the tip no good by Oswald, but a foul coming up. First shot was missed by Giovanni McKnight, but then a foul on UMass after the tip was missed. And they got Samson Carter on his first foul.
Well, UMass just continuing to look completely out of sync on the offensive end. Miami's kind of playing, you know, a pretty soft man-to-man defense. They played a little bit of zone on some out of bounds, but UMass just really forcing their own errors at this point, letting the Redhawks get some runouts.
As you mentioned, Tim, UMass turned it over on its first 4 possessions. Now they have 5 total after that last one. And Quentin Rollins has been a pest. McKnight back to the top. Felder, the big man, for 3. He missed it short a little bit. And a rebound by Samson Carter. Here come the Minutemen, still looking for the lead. Chaz Williams from Gordon for 3. Yes, sir! Well, Chaz, a healthy three-pointer, swishes in. And UMass leads it 6-4. 4 minutes into the first half. Chaz is another guy who's been in a shooting slump. So good to see he and Putney each hit their first shot. Minutemen on defense with 15:45 remaining in the half. And Felder out on the perimeter. Caddy Lane letting him have a shot if he wants it. He missed last possession. Felder passes this time. It's Oswald, the Aussie, on a pump fake at the foul line. 8 to shoot. They reset it now. At the top of the key, it's McKnight. Giovanni McKnight, 2 on the shot clock. Pass for Felder. Felder a pump fake, and the shot clock is going to expire. A 35-second violation. I don't know if that was good UMass defense or frankly just not a lot of offense being run by Miami, guys.
Miami just losing track of the shot clock. Good thing, too, because the shot went down, and UMass, even though they've struggled early in offense, they've knocked down a couple from deep and getting a couple stops finally on the defensive end.
Well, that'll bring us to our first media timeout with 15:24 on the first half clock. It's the Minutemen 6 and the Red Hawks 4, and we'll be back after this from Delegate Sports. This is the UMass Sports Network. 4 possessions. But since then, they hit a couple from long range, kind of settle things down. We've talked about how motivation at times for a game like this can be lacking. You have to generate your own energy, I think.
And I'm sure Derek Kellogg got into him a little bit in that timeout, too.
No substitutes for Coach Kellogg. Chaz Williams, Derek Gordon remain in the backcourt. Gordon to Putney, a left corner 3, a little bit short. Tipped up and in by Caddy Lane. He had his way underneath. Caddy gets on the scoreboard. It's 8-4 UMass.
Yeah, he had McKnight on one hip, Oswald on the other. They couldn't do anything with his size.
And now Putney trying to steal it away in the backcourt from Quentin Rollins. But we're going to have a whistle. Not quite sure what they call. Maybe a kickball. The shot clock did not reset, and there wasn't a foul. Minutemen had actually knocked the ball loose. Meanwhile, Miami inbounds it again. Just under 15 minutes to go in the half. UMass on an 8-0 run, leads it 8-4. Miami at 4-6, but they started the season 0-4. In fact, they lost their 4th game to a Division III team, Wilmington College at home. Miami brings it into the front court. Quick jumper by Moore. Willie Moore misses. It was strong and a rebound by Putney. Here come the Minutemen leading 8-4. Williams to the front court. Carter now back to Chaz Williams on the left elbow. Behind the stripe, Carter enters into Caddy Lane. Nice catch. He batted the ball to himself. Goes up, banks it in. Count it, and a foul. And Caddy really did some yeoman's work because the entry pass wasn't perfect, but he somehow caught it and got a basket and foul.
Well, yeah, so Miami of Ohio is, kind of looking to double him when he gets the ball, so he's going to have to try to find, points off of tips or, getting the ball on the block or the post. And right there, he was a perfect example of that. Now he's going to the line and finish us off.
Yeah, they just don't have the size to deal with him. They do have a 7-footer Hawkins that can come off the bench who doesn't play a lot of minutes. They're actually,
and here he comes.
Going to bring him in now to try to deal with Caddy a little bit as the Red Hawks sub in a couple new players. But if I'm UMass right now, I'm either driving it to the hoop and letting Caddy get an offensive rebound or throwing it down to him because he's a load to handle for them. And you're right, Josh, as he completes the three-point play, Samson Carter did not throw a good pass, but Caddy's showing those good hands off and good footwork.
So Caddy with the last 5, it's 11-4 UMass. They are on an 11-0 run after the sloppy start. 14-15 remaining in the half. Tim, you mentioned that Miami went into its bench. Freshman from Australia, Jared Eustace checked in, along with John Hawkins, the 7-footer. Hawkins has the ball out about 25 feet from the hoop. Caddy Lane plays off of him. Hawkins passes to Felder. Felder with a jump hook in the lane, and it drops in. So that ends the 11-point run. Felder gets his first 2, and it's 11-6.
Yeah, really battling for position inside against Putney. Putney did a good job, actually contained him, made him take a tough one over the top.
Minutemen have it with Putney to Trey Davis, who's in the game, along with Maxi Esho. Esho into the post for Lane, a spin move underneath. He went underneath the rim, in fact, and he puts in his 7th straight point. A cat leg, quick move, and it's 13-6 UMass.
Just a quick spin move by Caddy. They had the 7-footer on him that time. Hawkins did not double team him, and he continues just having a field day in the paint.
He's scored on 3 straight possessions, 13-15 remaining. I don't know how you could stop that, to be honest. With a big guy like that making that quick of a spin. And now Willie Moore, the Oregon transfer against Chaz Williams with 7 to shoot. Moore whips it underneath for Hawkins. A left-handed hook is good. The 7-footer John Hawkins. Nice touch. Now it's 13-8. UMass by 5. Under 13 minutes to go. Davis over to Chaz Williams, driving from the right of the paint. And he resets with one of the heroes of last week's win against Providence, Trey Davis. Davis trying to get it inside for Caddy that time. Willie Moore stepped in front of the pass and got the steal. Moore brings it into the front court himself. Pass for an open Eustace. Three-pointer no good on Jared Eustace, his first shot. Rebound tipped and grabbed by Maxi Esho for UMass. Chaz Williams will then bring it across midcourt, 12.5 to go. Williams inside the foul line, tough floater, no good. Rebound underneath off the hands of Caddy Lillane and out of bounds. It'll go back to Miami. Chaz got caught there. He didn't know whether to shoot or pass.
Yeah, he was trying to penetrate that time. Did do a good job getting the lane, but nobody really ever stepped up on him. Had to try to throw up a tough shot.
I'll let you, since Jason, you talked about in the pregame show how you'd like to see some of the freshmen and Tyler Bergantino get involved. I'll let you say why you gave an
Clyde Santee is in the game now, and I don't think any of us sitting here expected that, but you know what? He's obviously showing some coaches some stuff in practice, so let's see what he does here.
The freshman from Texas, Santee, checks in, and also Tyler Bergantino came in.
You know what? It's good to get freshmen in too when they don't expect it. They expect to come in and blow out in the second half. Throw them in the first half and get them ready, because you never know what they're going to need to do for you when it comes conference season.
Minutemen lead 13-8 as there are 12 minutes remaining in the first half. Miami has the ball again, under 10 on the shot clock. Three-pointer Moore, no good. But an offensive rebound by Hawkins, the 7-footer. He got it over the top of Tyler Bergantino. And Miami will reset with a fresh 35. And back it goes to Quentin Rollins, the senior point guard. Around Santee, shot, no good. Good help by Bergantino. Made that shot off the glass tougher. Rebound to UMass. Up to Trey Davis. He'll push. Go cross court to Santee. Santee back to Chaz Williams. Driving to the rim. Lays it up and in. Off the glass. Plus a blocking foul. They'll count it. Chaz makes it 15-8 at the under 12 timeout. John Hawkins gets the foul.
I'll tell you, Tim, that was a great take right there. I wasn't sure if they were going to call it charge, or looking at the replay. No, that's a good call.
Just got there a little late, and a nice series of passes for UMass, moving the ball and getting their senior layup.
Clyde Santee made the extra pass, and Clyde Santee got the assist.
First assist on the board.
11:29 to go in the first half, and we'll see if Chaz can convert the three-point play. When we return, it's UMass 15, Miami, Ohio 8 from Nelligan Sports. This is the UMass Sports Network. In Virginia, so if you come to Bow and Arrow Sports Bar at Mohegan at 7 o'clock, you can be there for that watch party. Season ticket holders receive a special free slot play offer. It's pretty cool. While all other fans receive a special gift for attending, Chaz Williams makes the free throw. The lead is 8. When it's your time to shine, come see us at Mohegan Sun. You ever been to the Bow and Arrow there?
No, Josh. Should I go down and host that party or what?
Somebody need an MC down there.
I might have to go down.
That sounds good to me. There's a foul on UMass in the backcourt. Clyde Santee trying to apply a full court press. A little bit too overzealous.
We'll put you guys on the radio. We'll turn the volume down on the Mohegan. We'll pipe you guys right in.
We're going to get you in touch with the Mohegan reps, because I think you got a great idea here. We need a UMass Sports Network presence after all.
We do.
Minutemen lead 16-8. They are on a 16-4 run. Chaz Williams now with 6. 11:15 to go in the half. That foul against Santee was just the second in the half against the Minutemen. Jared Eustace, the freshman from Australia, to the leading scorer. That's Felder, and a fadeaway for Will Felder is good over Tyler Bergantino. Felder gets his second shot to drop and make it 16-10. And Felder's a guy who is averaging 13 points and also 7.5 rebounds.
Yeah, he's really their go-to guy. Got a good post game, a good in-between game there as UMass knocks it out of bounds.
They turned it over, in fact. Maxi Esho was the one who had it go off his hands. So with 10:48 to go in the half, the Minutemen lead it by 6 and are on defense. That was already the Minutemen's 7th turnover.
Just an ugly start. Luckily, they're shooting the ball so well, already 6 of 9 from the floor.
Minutemen setting up the press, and Chaz Williams knocks away the pass from Joshua Oswald at midcourt. Players dive on it. It's going to be a held ball. Raphael Putney at the bottom of the pile. The Redhawks have the arrow, though, so they'll keep possession, fortunately for them.
Yeah, Putney tried to get on the floor and call a quick timeout. Couldn't get it in time before he got tied up. A nice deflection off the press. Almost got the steal.
Yeah, and so Miami inbounds. Jared Eustace, the freshman from Australia I've been talking about, plays as a guard, but he's 6 feet 7 inches. To the corner, McKnight, finding a driving Eustace, and his shot missed off the bottom of the rim. Altered by Bergantino. Rebound Minutemen. They get it up ahead, and on the break, Chaz Williams makes in another one. Out and running off the miss. Chaz with 8 already, and that's the lead for UMass, 18-10.
Really a 1-on-2 break that time, but Chaz went right at McKnight. Little inside-out dribble. Took it all the way to the rack.
Williams surpasses Caddy Lalane for the team high honors with 8. Caddy has 7. A deep 2 is good. On the other end for Giovanni McKnight, it swishes in. And now it's 18-12 with exactly 10 minutes to go in the half. Giovanni McKnight, that's his second basket. Chaz Williams to Putney on the other end. On the left side, a step back, fadeaway two-pointer. It's a little bit short. And a rebound by Will Felder for the Redhawks. Here they come as we look at it left to right. To the front court comes McKnight, sophomore from Middletown, Ohio. McKnight now for the Oregon transfer, Willie Moore. Moore, a quiet start at the outset coming off the bench. He's missed all 3 of his shots. Give it up that time for Eustace. And into the corner it goes, and Oswald 3 bricks off the backboard. That time, pretty much an air ball for Jared Eustace. Back come the Minutemen. Beg your pardon, Oswald, nothing but backboard. Leading 18-12, UMass has possession. Trey Davis, little duck under bank, no good. That one only hit backboard, rebounded by the Redhawks. Approaching 9 minutes to go in the first half. Here they come. Miami to the front court with Giovanni McKnight. And now it's Eustace. Eustace gets a return feed out of the post from Felder, and they swing it McKnight for Moore. Moore is being harassed by Maxi Esho. Goes into the post. Again, it's Oswald. Oswald back for Felder, had it knocked away by Esho. Esho, a nifty steal. Starts it to Williams, takes the pass, takes the shot. It banks in, and a foul for Chaz. And he faked that pass behind his back and gets another and one. UMass 20-12.
And I think Tim, he was looking for maybe the little alley-oop for Maxi there, but Maxi was too far behind him. So as we're looking at the replay, so he just kind of went right to the hole and hoped to get the foul or knock the basket and get to the free throw line.
UMass turned a little defense into offense that time. Maxi Esho taking a gamble that time, stepping up, getting a steal, getting it out in the break, and that's where UMass, we talked about, they can push it in transition, put some points on the board, and make Miami catch up with you. What a scoring start for Chaz Williams. Now 11 points. You know, and that was a play that maybe a couple weeks ago Chaz might have tried to throw a tough pass to Maxi Esho in transition, but he knew it wasn't there. A great little ball fake behind the back and getting all the way to the rim.
And give again Esho the credit for starting it with the steal. Free throw good. Chaz already with 11. It's 21-12. Beating the press comes Moore. Had it blocked, though, by Derek Gordon. They rebound it, get it out for a Eustace 3. That's good. Jared Eustace for 3. Derek Gordon had an athletic block at the beginning of that sequence. But then Miami got the offensive rebound and hits a 3. And it's a 6-point game, 21-15. Fadeaway jumper, Esho other end, no good. Tipped up with a left hand by Lalane, no good. And then in the corner, it's out of bounds off of Maxi Esho. So Miami gets it back with 8:16 left in the half, and Caddy almost tipped that in with his offhand lefty off glass. It just rolled off the rim.
Yeah, instead of trying to grab it and come down with it, tried to just get it tipped right back in. He had such good position, just couldn't get it to go. A couple easy opportunities missed.
UMass's lead is 6. Chaz Williams again has 11 of the Minutemen's 21 points. He's a guy who usually looks to distribute early, but not tonight. Tonight he's looking to score. Miami has possession. Giovanni McKnight gets it back for the point guard Rollins. Rollins, nice bounce pass underneath. Oswald and the layup good. A reverse by Joshua Oswald makes it 21-17. And Oswald able to hit. That's his first make after a couple of misses.
Yeah, Oswald showing a little versatility with the left hand, one of the 2 freshman Aussies on this Redhawks team.
Into the post, Caddy Lalane around a double team. Shot is short. Rebound knocked by Derek Gordon back and saved by Maxi Esho. Esho, nifty dribble. Right baseline, banks it in. He almost traveled, but somehow kept that alive, and Maxi puts in his first 2. It's 23-17.
And somehow Maxi Esho got through that wall. I don't know how he got through without traveling, but he somehow got it through.
Maxi Esho has been playing terrific the last 5 games, averaging 11 points off the bench. 7 minutes to go in the half. 23-17. UMass leads by 6. On the drive, it's McKnight. Whips it underneath. Oswald blocked by Caddy Lalane, but he got it back and banks it in, plus a foul. Second straight for Joshua Oswald. And Caddy Lalane blocked him once, but then the foul on Trey Davis. And Oswald put it in anyway, so it's 23-19. And Miami on a 7-2 run as we get to the under 8 timeout. It comes with 6:55 remaining in the first half. UMass, a once 9-point lead, is down to 4. And we'll return after this. From Delegate Sports, this is the UMass Sports Network. Oh, that's a walk.
But he got
3:19. 6 minutes, 55 seconds remaining in the first half here at the Mullins Center. Fans, I'd like to remind you that Corvius Campus Living partners with colleges and universities to create communities where students can live, learn, and play. We understand complex student housing challenges and deliver holistic, long-term solutions. Visit us at Corvius.com. And after UMass built a 9-point lead and looked like they might be ready to run away with this thing early, Miami's making a nice run here, guys.
Yeah, and getting a little bit of a boost off of their bench. Getting them right back in this game. UMass off to the hot start, but really could be a bigger lead for the Minutemen if they didn't have the 7 turnovers. They really started out the game sloppy despite shooting the ball well, just turning it over. And Miami misses their free throw opportunity.
Oswald cannot convert the 3-point play. Rebound, Caddy Lalane for UMass. Minutemen lead by 4. Lalane sets a high screen for Williams on the other end. Chaz to the corner, Samson Carter for 3. Missed it short from the left. Rebound kept alive by Esho momentarily off the rim, but grabbed by Giovanni McKnight. He's fouled by Esho at midcourt, non-shooting. Just the team's 4th.
Good job by McKnight selling that call. Just a little bit of contact. But actually, Esho's got to know, you can't get away with reaching in at that part of the floor right in front of the referee. So a tough call. You don't want to get that one a long way from the hoop. And down the other end on the offensive end, a little bit of a quick 3 from Samson Carter. That is kind of his sweet spot, that left wing. But I'd like to see UMass continue to kind of pound the ball inside, where they definitely have an advantage with either Lalane, Maxi Esho, or Samson Carter inside.
Minutemen lead 23-19. Giovanni McKnight for Miami, Ohio, the Red Hawks in the visiting red. UMass in the white. Minutemen coming in 11-1. Miami 4-6 on the year. Eustace from Australia, kick to his fellow Aussie Joshua Oswald. In fact, those two have all 7 during the current 7-2 run. A step back by Felder. Well, one of the Americans gets into the act. He hits his 3rd basket. Felder makes it 23-21 UMass as we go under 6 minutes to go in the half. Felder with 6. Miami 9-2 spurt. Raphael Putney taking it at Jared Eustace. Behind the back dribble. Pass to Carter, left corner now. Gordon. Derrick 2. Got it from just to the left of the foul line. Derrick Gordon, last Saturday's hero with his first basket. 25-21 UMass.
Yeah, a little standstill jumper from Gordon. He paused for a second, tried to maybe get the high-low. Nobody stepped up on him. Knocks it down from 15.
That's about the limit of his range, too, that 15-foot jumper. 15 on the shot clock the other way. Miami really has milked its possessions. And now McKnight hands back for his senior point guard, Quentin Rollins, guarded by Chaz Williams. Chaz went for the steal. Chaz got the steal. Picked Rollins' pocket. Brings it back the other way. Williams back for Gordon, who lost it trying to go up from the foul line. And it's stolen back by Quentin Rollins again. He's had almost a handful of those. 5 minutes to go in the half. 25-21 UMass. Minutemen have turned it over for an 8th time. And back comes McKnight. Giovanni McKnight. Shot curls in from the right of the paint. Altered by Putney, but McKnight hits his 3rd field goal. 25-23. 4:40 to go in the half. A once 9-point UMass lead is again trimmed to 2. As Chaz Williams holds behind the line on the right wing. Cross-court pass to Putney. Raphael Putney. Bounce pass to the left block at Samson Carter. Throws across the court to Williams. Chaz pump fakes. Chaz whips it out to Putney. A wide open 3. All caught for Putney. Beautiful pass by Williams. And a 3, his 2nd of the half. 28-23 UMass. Back comes Rollins, and he resets at the top with Felder. And Miami will now look to milk some clock as we approach 4 minutes to go. How about that pass by Chaz Williams?
Yeah, really got in the lane so quickly. He drew so much attention. He had options on that cross-court pass. Found his best one. Putney on the left wing. He knocks it down. His 2nd one of the game.
Under 4 minutes to go in the half. 10 on the shot clock again. Miami. Felder pump fake. Shot, no good, but a foul. Caddy Lalane had Will Felder, but Samson Carter the double, and it was Samson who committed the personal foul. And so we'll take a timeout with 3:50 to go in the opening half. UMass 28 and Miami, Ohio 23, thanks to the 2nd 3-pointer in the half from Raphael Putney. And we'll return for the final 4 minutes of the opening period after this from Nelligan Sports.
Huge strides for the guys. That's where the brotherhood kind of saying came last year with the guys, and it's just he's done a lot of work with these guys and gotten a lot closer, a lot more cohesive, and he's definitely worth every dime.
We'll talk to Dr. Carr. You're right. When you hear a UMass team finish a huddle and this has been this way really for I think almost 3 seasons now. Every time they break the huddle, you hear somebody go 1, 2, 3, and then everybody yells brotherhood.
And now pain too.
And then the pain comes after that, which is the acronym for the team's style of play. Free throws coming up for Will Felder out of the timeout. The first is good, and that's his 7th point to lead the Red Hawks. They also have 6 from Giovanni McKnight. UMass being led by 11 from Chaz Williams, 7 from Caddy Lalane, and now 6 from Raphael Putney. 28-24. Now the second free throw for Felder. Got the bounce.
Well, you know what Miami's doing right now to stay in the game is they're matching UMass's intensity in the paint. UMass, we said, had a huge advantage, and they really got Caddy Lalane rolling at one point. Chaz has been driving to the hoop and scoring, but Felder's really given them a great presence inside. He's now got 8 points, a couple step-back jumpers, a great post move now, that time getting to the free throw line, and also McKnight getting the hoop. So Miami starting to get some high percentage looks for themselves.
Trey Davis checked in after the made free throws. UMass leads by 3. Esho cross court in the red corner. It's caught by Putney. Trey Davis, Chaz Williams, the backcourt. Esho gets the pass from Putney. Softly in the lane, he goes up and swishes in a 5-footer. Second basket for Matty Esho. I mentioned how well he's been playing. That it makes it 30-25 with 3:20 to go.
Yeah, just good fundamental play, getting himself available right about the free throw line extended, then using his size to finish over the top. UMass, just simple offense, high percentage look.
Underneath, they find a cutting 7-footer, John Hawkins, and he lays it in. Got it around to the arms of big Caddy Lalane for his second hoop.
Yeah, this caught Caddy relaxing that time, not paying attention on the defensive end. They slipped the pass right by him.
Now it's 30-27. UMass by 3 as we dip under 3 minutes remaining in the half. Trey Davis and Chaz Williams, the backcourt play catch on the perimeter. Putney on the right wing gets the pass from Williams, drives and spins, tough floater off the glass. He missed it. Rebound tipped by Putney, but grabbed by Giovanni McKnight for Miami. Here they come, a chance to tie with a 3. McKnight leaves it back for Moore. Here is the 3, and it bricks no good. Willie Moore now 0 for 5. Rebound to UMass. 2.5 to go. Williams to Davis. Trey raises up and nails a 3. And a quick timeout taken by Miami head coach John Cooper. Well, the 3 had Moore made it on the other end would have tied the score after he bricked another one. Fast break, Trey Davis for 3. It's 33-27 Minutemen with 2:22 to go in the half. Let's keep it here.
Yeah, and actually a nice series there for Trey Davis. Moore came up with a quick trigger on the 3, and Trey was right there to challenge the shot. UMass takes that long miss, pushes it up. Chaz just a little shovel pass in transition to the trailing Trey Davis.
Good look too right there.
Very good look, about as good as you're going to get. Trey struggled to shoot it from deep to start the year. He's really starting to come out. And
we're used to Trey, giving us a couple, maybe 2 or 3 threes per game and per half really. So good look right there, and that's key right there. It gives them a 6-point lead with 2:22 to go. Maybe UMass can extend this to maybe 7 or 8 before the end of the first half.
Trey Davis was one of the heroes I mentioned earlier in the overtime against Providence because Chaz Williams had fouled out of that game last Saturday, and Trey had to be the closer. The ball handler hit a couple of big free throws in overtime. Got the ball to the right people. UMass won that game by 2 to go 11-1. Timeout ends for Miami. They trail by 6. Right now the backcourt, Quentin Rollins, Giovanni McKnight. They put in Jared Eustace. Up front, the 7-footer John Hawkins is there with Joshua Oswald. And now McKnight out to Oswald for 3. He missed from the right wing. Rebound pulled down by UMass Chaz Williams. Here comes Chaz on the push. 2 minutes to go in the half. Again, Chaz to Davis. A 3 again. He drops in another one. Back-to-back 3s. Trey Davis from Chaz Williams each time. And now UMass matches the largest lead of the game at 9. 36-27, 1:35 to go in the half. Full court press by UMass, speeds up Miami. Pass to the front court off the hands of Eustace, and he can't save it. It goes out of bounds for a turnover.
Yeah, that's a perfect example of UMass hoops right there. That time pushing it up, Chaz gets Trey almost the exact same look he had on the first one. And then the 2-2-1 pressure. That time UMass, they got to know when they're pressed. Sometimes you don't need to gamble and get a steal. You can just speed another team up. They'll make their own mistakes, and that time the freshman Eustace unable to handle it along the baseline. UMass got it rolling right now.
Minutemen have a chance for a double-digit lead suddenly. And it's the Williams-Davis backcourt that's been doing it. Into the post, they go to Putney. Bank shot over Oswald, no good. Putney misses, rebounded by Will Felder for the Redhawks. Here they come as we approach a minute to go. In the paint, McKnight fouled on the shot, hit it anyway. Giovanni McKnight with his fourth field goal, and he was fouled by Putney on the release. Now it's 36-29 with 1:04 to go.
Tim, like we were just talking about, we're hoping the Minutemen could get maybe a 7 or 8 point lead there, and now they come down, costly missed shot right there and fouls them, and now they can Redhawks can cut it back to 5 or 4.
Putney gets his first foul. Coach Kellogg said one of the reasons that he's been in a 2-game slump against Florida State and Providence because of foul trouble. Foul problems have not been the case for Putney in this first half here today, but he's only 2 for 6 from the floor.
Talked about the Miami bench giving them a boost. Their starter, McKnight, that time with his 9th point of the game after he completes the 3-point play. Already right about at his average. He averages 10 a game.
Minutemen have a 2 for 1 if they hurry, leading 36-30 as McKnight hit the free throw. 45 seconds left in the half, 15 on the shot clock. Williams on the drive, right baseline. Chaz picked up the dribble, back to Davis, another 3. Air ball that time. Rebound saved by Lane, but grabbed by Felder. Miami has it. Shot clock and game clocks virtually identical, so the Redhawks could hold for 1 if they so choose.
And they will. They're going to take this thing down now with 23 on the clock, try to get the last one of the half.
See if Miami can make this a 4 and or a 3-point deficit going into halftime against heavily favored UMass. Game clock down to 10 seconds as Quentin Rollins, the senior point guard, dribbles between his legs at midcourt. When's he going to go? We're at 5. Now Rollins makes his move and got a screen. Rollins pass underneath, wide open. Felder lays it in right as the buzzer sounds. Felder came to set the screen for Quentin Rollins, and then Rollins found him for the uncontested layup, making it 36-32. Minutemen's lead is 4 as Miami scores the final 5 points over the final minute of that. And as I said, kind of surprisingly close, so the Minutemen are going to have to try to put the pedal to the metal here, I get the feeling, at the beginning of the half.
Yeah, and normally if you come out and shoot 54% against a team that you're supposed to beat, you think you'd have a bigger lead. UMass had a chance to pull away, really put a stranglehold on this game, but really just had some tough turnovers, 8 turnovers in the first half, just mishandled a lot of those passes early, had a chance to build up a lead. We'll see if they can turn up the pressure here a little bit and turn the Redhawks over in the second half.
Yeah, and the last thing the Minutemen want to do, guys, is get down to a scrap and battle in the last 3-4 minutes. They got to get a little lead here coming out of the second half.
Well, it'll be UMass inbounding the ball. Starting 5 back on the court for Coach Kellogg. They go right into Caddy Lane, and he softly puts in a right-handed jump hook from 4 feet. It's a good option, and UMass leads 38-32.
But I like that start. As soon as Caddy made himself available, you knew they were going to get him the ball coming out of the half. Nice high percentage look.
And Chaz Williams swipes the ball from Will Felder. Alley-oop Putney! And he flies in and dunks it home. A Chaz steal and then a lob to Putney. 4 quick points for the Minutemen. They lead 40-32. And we've only played about 45 seconds of the second half. That's a way to start it off, just like we were talking about.
Wow. Yeah, Chaz, what a way to get your 3rd steal, 5th assist of the game. And Putney getting out and streaking down the right wing to get up for that one.
UMass the first 4 points of the half. Driving back the other way, Felder. Double teamed by Putney in the lane. Kicks it out. Oswald's 3, no good. Rebound tipped by Caddy Lane and grabbed by Samson Carter. Carter to Gordon. Derek Gordon on the take. Kick to Putney, now to Carter at the top. Studies the 3-pointer, did not take it. Sampson smartly will reset with his point guard, Chaz Williams. 18:35 remaining. Chaz drives underneath the rim and stepped out of bounds as he did so, turned it over.
Yeah, I'd like to see, Chaz trying to make something happen that time. I would like to see him just throw it right in the post. Caddy had one-on-one on the right block. Just trying to do a little too much, and that's another situation where you have a chance to make a big run again. You just kind of make an unforced turnover.
Minutemen have turned the ball over in the game now 9 times. Miami, Ohio 7. UMass applying the full court press again. And in the backcourt, we're going to have a timeout as Felder was being trapped. John Cooper, the head coach, called it from the Redhawks bench. We'll take it with the teams. 18:25 remaining. Good start to the second half for UMass. 4 quick points, and now forcing a Miami timeout. 40-32 is the lead for the Maroon and White. We'll be back with more after this. We've played just about a minute and a half into the second half. UMass's defense turning into offense with a Chaz Williams steal, leading to an alley-oop dunk for Raphael Putney. That came after Caddy Lane's opening basket, and Miami called a timeout. A couple of moments later, they barely avoided a 10-second call. But guys, let's talk about Putney a little bit, who's got a couple of 3-pointers and now a dunk. 8 points. He'd only had 2 points in each of the team's last 2 games.
Yeah, pretty plain and simple. He's staying out of foul trouble. He's keeping himself on the floor.
Did you just jinx him, Tim? He just fouled in the backcourt.
Number 34 right there.
Can we rewind that, Josh?
Well, it's only his second.
Yeah, he's a guy that needs to find rhythm, and when you play those short minutes and sit on the bench, you're cold, you sit down, you got to get back warmed up, you're never going to find a rhythm. And a guy like him with some unique skills, you got to get it going. He never had a chance in those games. He's got going a little bit today.
He had 20 points in UMass's 1-point win at Miami, Ohio last year. In fact, that game was almost exactly a year to the day in Oxford, Ohio. There comes Will Sullivan. Sullivan's pass for a driving Joshua Oswald. One more into the middle for Felder, and it's blocked by Putney. Putney erases Will Felder's shot. Minutemen get the rebound. There's Putney making an impact on the defensive end. Now a Samson Carter 3, right corner, no good. Samson scoreless today. Felder tips the rebound over to Quentin Rollins. Samson Carter's struggles continue. He is now 0 out of 3.
Yeah, a little bit of a quiet day for Samson Carter, but that's really his sweet spot that time in the right corner. Just unable to knock it down.
Rollins to the left corner, Oswald. Now McKnight to Felder. Takes it at Caddy Lalane. Got doubled by Putney. He didn't shoot that time. Miami goes back to Felder, though. One-on-one this time with Caddy Lalane. Chaz Williams came to help. Knocked it free momentarily, but they retrieve it. Rollins back to Oswald with the shot clock about to sound. He banks in a deep 2-pointer. Joshua Oswald from the left wing with a foot on the line, and now it's 40-34.
Yeah, and Oswald's missed some easy ones that looked bad early. That time takes a tough one and banks it in. And Carter trying to enter into Caddy Lalane on the other end. It's tipped and stolen. Lead is 6, back to the rim. Layup no good by Quentin Rollins. Rebound UMass. And they look to run with 16:50 left. Williams to Putney. Left side 3. Too strong by Putney. Rebound tipped. Out of bounds by Samson Carter. So Miami gets it back, trailing by 6. Yeah, Miami just doing just enough to hang around in this game. A really tough shot by Oswald. Banking it off the glass with minimal time left on the shot clock. And then
one left on the shot clock is what it was.
And they avoid a dagger there where Putney misses a wide open 3.
Across the press comes Sullivan. Will Sullivan missed the layup at the buzzer that could have won the game against UMass last year in the game I was talking about just a couple of moments ago. Sullivan really hasn't played much today. We also haven't seen the Oregon transfer Willie Moore do anything. He's 0 for 5. But Miami's still in the game, trailing by only 6. And now McKnight lost it trying to go up. Steal by Lalane, but Caddy's outlet pass stolen right back down the court by Will Sullivan. He was looking for Derek Gordon on the run out. And now a nice pass by Quentin Rollins to Will Felder, and he dunks it in. And now Miami back within 4 points.
Yeah, sloppy series there by Caddy Lalane. A really bad pass, outlet pass, with 3 red shirts around the ball, and then you're the last man back. You can't get beat back down the floor after making that pass. So UMass getting sloppy again here.
They go into the post, leading by 4. Lalane takes it up over Felder. Shot no good, but they whistle a foul. And Caddy will have a couple of free throws this time when we come back. Joshua Oswald came to help Will Felder, and he got his first personal foul. Timeout on the floor, 15:51 remaining. Next Saturday.
Yeah, and I'll tell you, the most excited person out of the whole group here at UMass is Bonnie Otto, the secretary for men's basketball. She's been talking about this for years, and finally she's going to get what she wanted. But no, it's going to be great. You're going to have guys getting back together, and you're going to have really good players from back in the day. I guess maybe not so good players like Tim and I, but no, it's great. You're going to have Will Herndon, I mean, my all-time favorite, Dana Dingle, Dante Bright, Carmelo Travieso. And it's going to be just a great time for people to come and see and enjoy and interact after the game with the players.
That'll be immediately following the St. Bonaventure game next Saturday. 1 for 2 for Caddy Lalane from the foul line. And Caddy makes it 41-36, momentarily ending a 4-point run for Miami.
And I just want to caution everyone real quick. Will Herndon does not have the jumping ability he used to have in college. So everyone, don't expect the unexpected. But,
you're not going to ask him to dunk over a car?
Maybe over my shoe when I take it off.
Okay.
No,
Miami ball.
It's going to be exciting.
Oswald lost it in the post as he tried to back down Caddy Lalane. Trey Davis got the steal. Minutemen by 5. Here's Trey back from Derek Gordon. Chaz Williams is the third guard with those two. Lalane and Esho the bigs. A take by Caddy.
Wow.
Into the middle, and he puts it up, and it curls in off the rim. So with UMass being troubled by Miami, they go to Caddy Lalane for 3 straight points, and now it's 43-36. But Giovanni McKnight has the answer on the other end. A little floater from inside the paint goes in, and McKnight with 11. Now it's 43-38. 14:50 left. Again into Caddy Lane from Trey Davis. Got knocked away, but right back out to Chaz Williams. On the bouncing ball, Chaz retrieved and got it to Davis. Trey for 3 off the right wing, no good. Rebound out of bounds. Last touched by, let's see who. We got a whistle. It was going to be good, Miami, Ohio ball. And then one of the other officials blew a whistle, but that was, I think, only for a wet spot on the court. They asked one of the ball boys to come mop that up, so it is Miami ball off the Trey Davis miss.
Yeah, Miami's going to have to go full court again against the UMass pressure. Tyler Bergantino gives Caddy Lane a little breather off the bench. UMass going to set up their 2-2-1, but really a good series there where Caddy got great position again inside. Could not finish, and then Trey got a good look on the right wing off a nice Chaz little dribble penetration and kick. UMass unable to knock down a shot there to pull away a bit.
43-38. 14:39 remaining. Tyler Bergantino in for UMass. He joins Esho on the front line with the 3 guards, Gordon Davis and Chaz Williams. Miami goes into its bench. The 7-footer John Hawkins checks in, as did the Australian Jared Eustace. In the corner, it's Giovanni McKnight. He
double
traveled.
dribble.
Very double dribble. Yeah, you're right. One or the other. I think he probably did both.
We'll take either.
Yeah, McKnight was in the left corner, and then I think his eyes may have moved quicker than his body could have there. He wanted to drive.
He was wide open in the right corner, and you got to credit Tyler Bergantino. It wasn't pretty getting there, but he at least ran at the shooter, made him make a play off the dribble. And that's what hustle can get you sometimes.
Chaz Williams trying to kickstart a run. Finds Eshu. He'll take it into the middle, right to the rim. Left-handed bank, and he got it to drop. Maxi Eshu just slicing through the defense. His 3rd hoop makes it 45-38 UMass. Lead is 7. Just too shy of the largest of the game. Into the post, it's the 7-footer Hawkins. He took steps. Good defense, Tyler Bergantino again, Tim Collins. Right there, staying with Hawkins, forcing another turnover.
Yeah, good job by Tyler, not allowing him to get him buried deep in the block, made him make a move, and Hawkins only averages about 1.5 points a game. Not a great score. He made him try to make a play, not comfortable doing that.
Chaz Williams has the ball. UMass 5-2 since the last media timeout. They lead by 7. Williams to Davis on the right wing behind the line. Bergantino comes to set the high screen. Trey moves left and passes back to Chaz. Chaz on the drive, slithers in. Left-handed bank, nothing but backboard though. Rebound, put up, no good Bergantino. But then Esho kept it alive, and it's out of bounds off of Miami. So it'll be a 3rd crack on the possession for the Minutemen, and the shot clock reset.
Yeah, Chaz showing you a little bit of that flair that time. Ran up like he was going to lay it up with the right hand, switched to the left. Just didn't have the touch off the glass, but UMass keeps it alive.
Bergantino giving some good minutes here in replacing Caddy Lane over these last few moments. Lob in off the inbound to Maxi. Esho caught it, was fouled immediately before he could get a shot to the rim. But they say he was in the act of shooting on the lob. Foul goes against John Hawkins. 2 free throws for Esho.
Jason, what's the fundamental defense? You see the ball, you see your man. That time Hawkins wasn't even looking at the passer, just had his eyes on his man, and they lobbed it over the top of him.
And Maxi was getting it up no matter what, whether he was going to foul or not. So
7-footer or not, he was going to get that shot.
First free throw swishes in for Maxi Esho.
Well, the one thing that's impressing me about Maxi is, you know, he's actually over the last 5 games been their 3rd leading scorer. He's averaging 11 points, 6 rebounds. He goes 1 for 2 for the free throw line there. But, you know, for all his high-flying dunks and finishing above the rim, he's doing a much better job finishing in traffic and scoring some points for the first time in his career.
Miami got the rebound off the 2nd free throw miss, and then a foul against Chaz Williams trying to steal it from Giovanni McKnight. Chaz poked him in the eye, I believe. It's a non-shooting foul, and Miami will have the ball as McKnight goes and holds a hand to his eye.
And you feel like if UMass can continue to wear on the Red Hawks, they're breaking the press. It's not pretty every time. You feel like if you can wear them down a little more, you might force a few more turnovers. They just barely get away with that one on the Chaz foul.
Miami getting set to check its starting point guard Quentin Rollins back into the game. He'll replace Jared Eustace. 13:20 remaining. The free throw by Esho made it an 8-point lead, 46-38 UMass over Miami, Ohio. And the Red Hawks inbound. Miami, Ohio, known as Miami University officially. Don't call them Miami of Ohio. They hate it. In fact, They are not in a town called Miami. They're near the Miami River. Three-pointer, no good, Willie Moore. He's 0 for 6. The Oregon transfer in just his second game with the program. Rebound Esho. Esho up to Trey Davis. UMass can get its first double-digit lead of the game if they score a basket. Davis hands it back for Chaz Williams at midcourt. Bergantino sets the high screen. Chaz slices through again into the paint, bumped and fouled. That was before the shot, circus shot that Chaz put in, but John Hawkins got his third foul before that, non-shooting. Actually, they got Giovanni McKnight on the bump, his second.
UMass going to the three-guard lineup right here. Trey Davis running the point with Chaz off the ball. You can get him involved a little bit. You know, he scored those 11 points in the first half, hasn't put in a bucket yet that time, trying to get back on the scoring board.
A 5-second call. UMass couldn't find anybody to get the ball into. Derek Gordon was the one trying to throw it in. 5 seconds elapsed. Turnover by UMass. The 12th against Coach Kellogg's team tonight. Minutemen lead 46-38. They still can't get over that double-digit barrier. They've led by as many as 9, but never more. Miami trying to get it across the time stripe. One to do it. They can't. Rollins doesn't cross midcourt before 10 seconds elapse. Turnover right back. How about that? A 5-second call on UMass, followed by a 10-second call against Miami.
And that's not a heads-up play by Felder, one of your veterans. He could have just taken one dribble and got it over half court. Instead, he turned and looked for a guard, had no awareness of the clock, and UMass came close to a first-half 10-second call, finally get one there.
That's the 12th turnover against the Redhawks. Chaz Williams to Trey Davis. Again, a chance for that elusive double-digit lead. The left corner is Davis. 12-10 to go. Davis finds Esho rolling. A 3 left corner. No good. Missed it short. Maxey, not really his shot. Rebound Felder. And so Felder gets it up ahead. Here comes McKnight. Whips it cross court for Willie Moore. Moore into the post again. It's Will Felder. Double teamed. Felder passes out of it. Point guard Rollins. Now Moore back into the post. Felder dumps it underneath for a Hawkins. Shot no good in traffic. Tyler Bergantino grabs the rebound. Hawkins couldn't finish. And here's Davis to Williams on the other end. Chaz thought about the 3. Does not pull the trigger. Backs it out. We've got a media timeout coming at the next whistle. 46-38 still UMass. And now Esho into the post. Pump fakes. Takes it right to the rim. He's fouled. Shot goes in. And they're going to count it. How about that continuation? Maxey Esho and 1. 48-38 UMass at the under 12 timeout. That was NBA continuation, I thought.
Yeah, that foul happened on the left baseline. He took about 2 or 3 steps. Got fouled on the left block, finished on the other side of the rim. Hey, we'll take it. Maybe a little 3-point play if Maxey can knock it down coming out of the break.
And Esho continues to be one of UMass's best players for the past few weeks. Now 9 points, 6 rebounds tonight. Chance for the 3-point play when you come back. 11:26 to go. 48-38. Minutemen by 10 for the first time. Minutemen now by 10 for the first time. 48-38 with a free throw coming up for Maxey Esho. 11 minutes, 26 seconds remaining in the second half. We're on Jack Lehman Court at the Mullins Center. Minutemen trying to go 12-1 on this season. That game against St. Joe's on Wednesday night at 7 will be against a team that's won 5 in a row. St. Joe's eked out a 1-point win earlier today at home against Denver. And the Hawks and Phil Martelli now 9-4. They've won 5 straight. It's their longest winning streak in over 2 years.
Yeah, and that's a team in St. Joe's. You never doubted the talent that Phil Martelli's got there. Not the deepest team in the league, but you felt like, you know, with some of those guys they got in the roster, that they could always challenge the top of the league. Maybe they're starting to get it going now. Just hopefully not too much before they come to the Mullins Center.
In the A-10 today, big upset for Rhode Island at LSU.
Whoa.
Winning that game. Down at the Bayou. Free throw is good by Maxey Esho. Completes the 3-point play, and the lead is 11. And Esho has scored the last 6 UMass points. 49-38. Driving back the other way, Sullivan to Willie Moore in the lane. Short jumper, no good. Offensive rebound to Sullivan. Kick to the corner, McKnight. McKnight misses the 3, but another offensive rebound by Oswald. Underneath Moore. Moore around Esho, blocked the shot. Moore got it back, a 4th chance of the possession. Cross court to Sullivan, who was out of bounds. He caught it in the left corner with a foot on the sideline. After all of that, 3 shot misses, 3 offensive rebounds, a turnover.
Yeah, good scrambling by the UMass defense and a heck of a job by Maxi Esho blocking that shot without getting the body contact. Just keeping his feet in the floor, using his length against a much smaller guy in Willie Moore.
Tell you what, Maxi has given UMass control of this game. 3-pointer no good on the other end by Chaz Williams, though. Rebound pulled down by McKnight from Miami, trailing by 11. Giovanni McKnight all the way. Pass on the baseline to Rollins. And then a foul. Nope, out of bounds. Rollins tried to pass it. Got a foot on the baseline as he did, and a turnover by Miami.
UMass finally getting it done defensively, stringing together a couple stops in a row, even though they haven't scored the ball really well. Kind of locking down, doing a better job getting back in transition that time, and keeping Miami off the scoreboard.
Maxi Esho, I mentioned, has the last 6 points. He's now in double figures with 10. 5th time in the last 6 games he's in double figures. Minutemen have the ball. 49-38 they lead. Derek Gordon back in. Pass to Davis, right wing for 3. Missed it a little bit strong. Rebound to Willie Moore. Moore, the Oregon transfer, has been 0 for 8 offensively. Gets it to the front court this time for Will Sullivan. Sullivan has yet to score. In fact, their starting 2 guard is yet to shoot. Now Moore back near midcourt for the senior point guard Quentin Rollins.
Yeah, and this is the point in the game where you feel like UMass, if they can score a couple buckets, Miami just can't keep up with them. Let's try to put them away.
Rollins driving bank shot, though, is good. He took it at Chaz Williams, and Quentin Rollins scores. 49-40. Back comes Gordon from Williams. Leans in, a 14-footer air ball, 2 feet over the rim by Gordon. Rebound by Willie Moore. Long outlet down the court to Sullivan. Had it blocked by Chaz Williams. Saved by Gordon to Esho. In rhythm in midcourt, Maxi catches it. Goes to the rim. Bank shot no good, but a foul. And Maxi will get a couple of free throws. You won't believe the block shot that started that from Chaz Williams. And then Maxi Esho got the pass from Derek Gordon after Gordon's athletic save.
Oh, what a play by the little man that time, beating Will Sullivan up the floor, getting in good position, just incredible timing. We see Chaz, for a guy his size with that athleticism, he goes up to block shots, just never gets them, so maybe that's 1 in 10, but does a good job as Maxi makes his free throw. Does a good job keeping Will Sullivan off the board, still hasn't scored a point. Couldn't believe that Chaz got up and blocked that shot. And most importantly, it led to a transition scoring opportunity.
First free throw good by Esho, who has now scored the last 7 points for UMass.
You know what, and guys, it's no surprise. UMass goes to their bench again, and the lead gets lengthened out with the play of Esho, play of Trey Davis, and good defense by Tyler Bergantino. The UMass bench delivers again. And all of a sudden, they go back to their starters, and they got an 11-point lead with the exception of Derek Gordon being on the bench for Esho. Actually, Lane out, too, so he's going to ride the bench a little more. 51-40. Nice pass by McKnight underneath. Joshua Oswald banks it in. That was a fast break after beating the press, making it 51-42 with 9:15 left. Meanwhile, Esho has scored the last 8 UMass points on this end. Chaz Williams has the ball against Willie Moore. Miami defending with a little bit of a zone, it looks like. Davis to the corner, Putney who's back in. Putney has been quiet this half. Lobs it into the post for Samson Carter. Carter tried to save the bad pass, but it's stolen. Felder, long lob down the court, caught by Rollins. Rollins underneath. Oswald, layup good again. Oswald with his 2nd straight hoop. Timeout, Derek Kellogg. And now it's down to a 7-point lead, 51-44. Yeah, a little collision there too, Trey Davis and one of the Miami players. Trey took a shot, looks like he's trying to shake it off, but UMass all of a sudden gives up a couple easy transition buckets again.
We'll keep it here with 8:49 left. And the Minutemen had gone up 11 a couple of times, Jason, but now it's back to a 7-point game. They can't figure out a way to put this Miami team to rest.
Red Hawks are not going away. I'm impressed. Red Hawks are 4-6. They lost maybe their best player, and they got some stuff going on, but they're playing well. On the road, down by 7 to a top 25 team, and this is gonna be a very interesting last 8:49. So.
Yeah, and it actually, obviously they have a little bigger lead, feel like they're in control of the game at this point with a 7-point lead. But this one reminds me a lot of the way the Providence game happened. They just kind of let a team hang around and get some easy runouts. Just the live ball turnovers by UMass over the last 2 games have just been ugly, and just giving teams that struggle to score at times just some high percentage runouts. And you get 2 in a row there by the Miami Redhawks. All of a sudden, it's a 7-point game again, a 3-possession game.
Minutemen inbound out of the timeout, leading 51-44 as we approach 8.5 minutes remaining. Chaz Williams, Trey Davis in the backcourt. Up front, Esho, Samson Carter, Lane. Drive by Trey Davis. Gets to the rim and banks it in with a right hand. Looked like Caddy Lane cleared a lot of space there in the middle. Like the Red Sea parted, and now it's 53-44. Trap in the back court. In trouble was McKnight. And to try to beat the 10-second count, the head coach John Cooper calls another timeout from the bench. We'll keep it here with 8:20 left to 30. He's had to do that a couple of times this half. They only had 1 second to spare before that would have been a 10 count. So it's 53-44 UMass after Trey Davis hits the layup. That's his third basket of the game. He's got 8.
Yeah, I thought Derek Kellogg was going to go back to his starters, but he's riding his bench a little longer here, and it paying off for him. Trey Davis, a pretty move. Getting in the lane, a big, long 2 steps, getting through the defenders and lays it in. And, you know, same thing as in the first half. Derek Kellogg was a little upset. The shot clock actually showed 25. And then they didn't call the 10 seconds. Instead, they got the timeout ahead of it, and they put a second back on the shot clock. Now 26 seconds.
Well, to be honest with you, the way that works, the shot clock is not really official. It's the count by the ref that constitutes the 10 seconds. So if the ref didn't get to 10, even if the shot clock had 10 seconds elapsed, he doesn't have to call that a turnover. But, you know, guys, the Redhawks trailing by 9. This is a game that UMass was, in many people's eyes, probably about a 20-point favorite in. Miami University, a team that is 4-6. They don't score much. Their defense at times has struggled this year. They're giving the Minutemen all they can handle.
Yeah, you feel comfortable. You got a 9-point lead, 8:20 to go on the clock, and you're going to go back to your full court pressure. But you know, you feel like a few unforced turnovers, you could have a little bit bigger lead, a little better cushion right now.
Miami inbounds out of the timeout. They have 2 remaining. UMass has 3 timeouts left. They get it across midcourt, go to Willie Moore, and his shot blocked by Esho. Moore got it back, though. He is now 0 for 9 as Maxey blocked another shot. Shot clock did not reset. It's at 3. Moore on the left wing enters into the post for Felder. Can't get the shot off. 35-second violation as Will Felder caught the pass, took a shot, but after the buzzer had sounded. That'll bring us to the under 8 officials timeout. Turnover number 15 against the Redhawks. 7:54 remaining, and UMass, it hasn't been pretty, but thus far effective enough. Minutemen 53, Miami University 44. Back with more after this from Nelligan Sports. This is the UMass Sports Network. To see many of the fans there as we preview the start of Atlantic 10 play with Coach Kellogg and, of course, some special guests. That'll be Monday night from the hangar, 7 to 8 o'clock, and you can tweet us a question for Coach Kellogg in the interim. Our Twitter handle is @UMassSportsNet, @UMassSportsNet. It's been about a month since we've had a radio show. Looking forward to it. UMass inbounds out of the under 8 timeout. Chaz Williams got trapped as he brought it across midcourt. Calls one of the Minutemen's remaining 3 timeouts. Miami jump trapped Chaz, a double team right after. Going across the midcourt stripe. We'll keep it here with 7:42 remaining. The game that UMass just can't get any real sustained run. Not like we were accustomed to seeing the first couple of months of the season. But if you look at it, UMass through the first 10 games of the year was averaging 84 points a game, shooting 49% from the field. That was up through the Ohio U game. But then starting with Florida State, then Providence, and tonight, Minutemen are playing more at a pace where they're scoring about 60 to 65 over the last 3 contests. And it's not going to be enough to win games, I don't think, once we get into A-10 play, guys.
Yeah, and if you look at UMass's roster, you thought going into the season, actually, they were going to lack a little bit of firepower. They kind of surprised people by averaging up over 80 a game early in the year, and they've certainly got guys that can score. So, you know, it's just tough. 12 games into the year, teams have a lot of tape on you. They know how to take away your strengths, you know, try to exploit your weaknesses, so it's tough to score. You always have to be constantly reinventing yourself. And
the Minutemen turn it over out of the timeout. Chaz Williams traveled, trying to drive, and the call was made by the official Jeff Albright.
Chaz got trapped. They said he dragged the pivot foot before he could get the pass out.
Jason, 15 turnovers against Miami, but 14 turnovers now against UMass.
Yeah, that's a kind of a danger zone. If UMass gets into that 20 range, that doesn't bode well for the Minutemen down the stretch.
Miami beats the UMass press. Into the front court, Giovanni McKnight, one of 3 Redhawks in double figures. McKnight with 11. Will Felder, their big man, leads the team with 12. 10 points for Joshua Oswald. And now the point guard Rollins has it underneath for Felder. Got open and he banks it in.
Great pick and roll right there, Tim.
Yeah, Felder, good-looking player. That is 14th point of the game.
53-46, 7 minutes remaining. The Minutemen have only 2 points in about the last 3 minutes. Chaz Williams to Trey Davis. On the left wing behind the line. Under 7 minutes, into the post, Caddy Lalane against the double team. Caddy trying to fight it up, lost the ball. Goes out of bounds, last touched by Miami. Only 13 on the shot clock, though.
And one thing, Caddy catches the ball on the block a lot. One thing I'd like to see him do more is get Caddy the ball, right in the middle of the floor. Sometimes he gets himself tied up on the baseline. 3
by Trey Davis, good left corner. Chaz Williams found him, and one of the biggest shots of the game. Shot clock was under 10, and now it's a steal by Davis at midcourt. Stole the pass of McKnight, got run into and fouled. Non-shooting, final one against Miami, their 6th as a team this half. Trey Davis making 2 huge plays. 56-46 UMass with 6:34 left. He hit the 3 from Chaz Williams, and then he stole the pass at midcourt.
Yeah, they got a quick one off right out of the underneath out of bounds. He got free on the left baseline, stuck it from the corner, his 3rd one from deep of the game, and that makes it a great defensive play.
It's been the 6th and 7th players for UMass. First 2 guys off the bench, Esho and Davis, the stars of the night. Chaz Williams driving scoop, no good. Rebound tipped up by Lalane, but grabbed by McKnight, and he's fouled in the backcourt by a frustrated Chaz Williams, non-shooting. That's the 2nd on Chaz, only the 3rd this half against UMass with 6:20 left. Talking about Davis and Esho. Trey Davis, after that, his 3rd 3 of the game, now has 11 points. Maxi Esho with 12 points, matching Caddy Lalane for team high. Miami inbounds. Davis guarding Quinton Rollins. Rollins pass for Moore, 3-pointer, no good by Moore. He's 0 for 10. Rebound Caddy Lalane with 2 hands. Well, Willie Moore, the Oregon transfer, can't get anything to drop. And now Davis has it in the front court on the other end, up by 10. And away from the ball, Caddy Lalane being held. He'll get a 1-and-1. Joshua Oswald grabbed a hold of Caddy Lalane.
That's a tough matchup. Caddy was kind of riding Oswald up the lane. He was trying to play him over the top and front him a little bit because of the lack of size to try to make that pass tough, but Caddy did a good job getting good position. As you mentioned, Caddy pacing UMass right now with 12 points, tied with Maxi Esho. Let's see if he can get his 13th and 14th.
Front end of the 1-and-1 is no good, too strong. Rebounded by Felder from Miami, still trailing 56-46. Under 6 minutes to go. Driving Rollins right at Caddy Lalane, who altered the shot. It's no good. Nothing but backboard, and Caddy Lalane has the rebound. That beast underneath. Not only did he force the miss, but then he grabbed the ball. And Lalane sets a screen for Chaz Williams, who walked it across midcourt. Chaz backs it out as we go to 5 minutes and 35 seconds remaining. UMass trying to tick some clock away, leading by 10. Davis on a stutter step dribble, backs up against Giovanni McKnight. And now Esho pass over to the left wing for Chaz Williams. Chaz guarded by Willie Moore at the top, cross court to Carter. Sampson scoreless today, 5 to shoot, drives, shot at the rim, blocked. Will Felder blocked it, rebound Redhawks, up comes Moore. Layup is good, his 1st points after missing 10 straight shots. And now it's 56-48. 5 minutes, 5 seconds left. UMass just cannot, and I repeat, cannot get a sustained run going. Williams slowly on the dribble across the midcourt stripe. Chaz on the left-handed bounce gets help from Trey Davis. And now Davis back to Williams. Chaz for a big 3. Yes, sir! Chaz Williams with perhaps an early dagger. 59-48 UMass, his 1st points of the half. Trap in the backcourt. Minutemen get the steal. Up ahead, Sampson Carter scores his 1st points. 5-0 run, largest lead of the game, 13. Layup the other way is good. Quinton Rollins banks it up and in off the glass. 61-50 Minutemen, but only 4 minutes and 20 seconds left.
Well, UMass starting to get it up and down a little bit. They do give up another easy transition bucket, but maybe this is the point in the game where they get it going and start to pull away.
We've had big 3s by Trey Davis and Chaz Williams. Then the steal and layup by Sampson Carter. Now Davis to Esho, rolling left baseline. Fouled. Shot would not drop. But Maxi, when we come back, is going to the foul line with his team ahead by 11 and only 3 minutes and 57 seconds remaining. Oswald gets his 3rd foul for the Redhawks. Final 4 minutes here from Jack Lehman Court at the Mullins Center, where UMass leads by 11 over the pesky Redhawks from Miami, Ohio. 61-50. Maxi Esho about to take 2 free throws. 3:57 officially on the clock. Coming up after the game, for our radio audience, the Nathan Agency's post-game show. That'll include the interview with head coach Derek Kellogg. And guys, it hasn't been a Monet. It hasn't been
a Degas.
Maybe more of a Picasso. A little bit awkward at times, but UMass has figured out a way to build a double-digit lead here, and looked like they could, if they finish the way they'd like, win this thing comfortably, which is all really you can ask for.
Yeah, and not a perfect effort so far, but certainly a solid effort, starting to lock it down here at the end, taking better care of the ball. And, you know, you're in a game where you're probably favored by 18 or 20 points or so, a team you should put away early at home. You got to feel pretty good still. You're up 11, about 4 minutes to go. You get stepping to the free throw line to try to extend that.
Maxi Esho fouled before that media timeout. 12 points, 6 rebounds, 4 assists tonight. He misses short on the first free throw.
And Maxi's a guy, we talked about it, the third leading scorer on this team over the last 5 games. He just made himself just indispensable to this team. He's such a weapon off the bench, and showing that he can just not do the rebound and the blocking shots, the steals that he gets. He scored the ball a lot for this team. Him and Trey Davis doing it again today.
Makes the second lead is 12. Miami beats the press. Nice pass by McKnight to Oswald. And Oswald lays it in. And then the inbounds pass by Samson Carter, stolen by Moore. Moore to McKnight. He lays it in. And suddenly baskets by Oswald and McKnight have made it 62-54. And it's a timeout by Derek Kellogg. Suddenly, it's 62-54, I mentioned. That's an 8-point lead. Well, that's what 4 points in about 3 seconds will do for you. 3:40 still on that clock. We'll keep it right here. It's a 30-second timeout called by Coach Kellogg, who now has only 1 timeout remaining.
And UMass, a team that usually is, we've grown accustomed to them to beating teams in the paint in terms of scoring. That now the 37th point in the paint out of 54 for the Miami Redhawks. That's a lot of layups that they're giving up. They're not getting a lot of it in the post. And, you know, Derek Kellogg uses that press a lot, Jason. And they don't turn teams over a lot, and they use it more to speed up the tempo of the game. But a lot of times teams get a lot of easy buckets off.
Yeah, and they got to be careful here. You know, you got an 8-point lead, 3:40 to go. Definitely don't want to get it to, you know, a 3-4 point lead.
Inbound out of the timeout to Trey Davis, who was trapped. He beats it with a pass up to Samson Carter. Carter fouled from behind. Willie Moore went for the steal, but got a piece of the arm of Sampson, and one of UMass's best foul shooters is going to get the final 1-and-1, 9th team foul against Miami. And actually, they did not get more. They get the foul against Sullivan. And so it's 62-54, UMass by 8. Samson Carter going to the line. He has only 2 points tonight. 3rd straight game that he struggled to shoot, just 1 for 5 from the field.
Yeah, Samson struggling tonight and got bailed out by that call. They called that one just in the nick of time. He was dribbling up the left side of the court, trying to help relieve the pressure by Miami, and actually kicked the ball off his foot right before that foul was made, but obviously contact a big part of that.
And he makes the front end of the 1-and-1. Sampson, I mentioned, one of the team's best at the stripe, 77%. Missed the second, though, 1 for 2, and the rebound knocked out of bounds by Caddy Lalane. 9-point lead, 63-54. Plenty of time left, 3:31. And guys, this is a very similar situation to what UMass faced exactly a week ago tonight against Providence. 10-point lead with 4 minutes left. Providence came back to force overtime in that one.
Yeah, the good thing is you don't have Bryce Cotton on the floor, but if any of these Redhawks get hot here, they might be able to shoot him back in the game, although they've struggled from deep.
Driving bank by Quentin Rollins, no good, but a foul called, and Rollins will get a couple of free throws as they're going to pick up Trey Davis. Little hand check there on Quentin Rollins with 3:18 left. It's about the best case scenario, Jason, for Miami. They can quickly get to the foul line and then a chance to score without the clock moving.
Yeah, I mean, cut this lead to 5 and then press.
Or maybe 7.
7, sorry. And then press.
First one is good. That makes it 8. I think Quentin Rollins has played a fine game as the senior point guard. He hasn't scored a ton, but he also has 8 assists and almost a handful of steals. Second free throw. No good, 1 for 2. Rebound, Willie Moore. Offensive rebound for Miami, trailing by 8. Moore, cross court, Sullivan, three-pointer, air ball, Rebound Samson Carter, but he's tied up. Tied up immediately, and Miami has the arrow. Good hustle there. After the Sullivan three-pointer drew nothing but air.
And head coach John Cooper for Miami going to a 4-guard lineup now. He's hoping with 4 guards on the floor, although he's going to check back in. Joshua Oswald put a little size here on the offensive. He's trying to go to 4 guards, a little more quickness on the floor, trying to get some easy points.
Well, the officials have decided to tell the teams to go to their benches. They're going to look at the replay monitor. Not quite sure what you're reviewing here, to be honest. 3 minutes and 11 seconds remaining.
Yeah, the jump shot came in well short and actually landed right in Samson Carter's hands and got tied up pretty quickly, so not sure what they're reviewing.
They're reviewing the shot clock, which is reset.
And I don't think it was supposed to. Look like an air ball from our perspective.
And we're taking a look, if you're watching on our Atlantic 10 digital network broadcast, at the exact same video that the officials are now reviewing, checking the shot clock, because the three-pointer by Sullivan did not hit the rim when the held ball occurred, probably about 29 or 28 on the shot clock. 3:11 on the game clock, 63-55, UMass by 8. And it looked like a few minutes ago when the Minutemen went up by 13, they'd finally put a dagger into this Miami MAC opponent, but not quite yet. It's a 7-2 run. They put 30 seconds on the shot clock. 3:11 on the game clock. Redhawks will inbound. UMass has only 4 team fouls this half. Miami with 9. Here comes the inbound by Willie Moore. Got it in for Felder. And now Oswald finds the point guard Rollins at the top. Giovanni McKnight on the catch. And now Felder passes it back for Rollins. He's the playmaker. Shot clock under 20. Game clock under 3 minutes. Nice pass, pick and roll to Felder again from Rollins, and Felder lays it in again, and it's a 6-point game. 63-57. That play has worked at least 3 times tonight. Rollins to Felder. 2 minutes and 40 seconds remaining. 9-2 run. Over the final 4.5 minutes here for Miami. And a little bit of noise from the UMass crowd, trying to encourage the Minutemen to put the finishing touches on this one. Shot clock at 10. Chaz Williams at the top. Pass for Derek Gordon. Now left corner, Samson Carter. 5 on the shot clock. Carter into Caddy LaLane. A right-handed hook. Missed it strong. Rebound, Carter! And Sampson puts it back up and in. A big hoop for the senior. Off of the LaLane miss, and it makes it 65-57. 2:05 left as Miami's Moore brings it across. Pass cross court to Oswald. And now they reset with Rollins near midcourt. Rollins gets the high screen from Felder. They tried the pick and roll again, but that time UMass defended it. So Rollins goes himself, leaves it back for Felder at the foul line, and now Moore. 8 on the shot clock. 1:50 left in the game clock. Pass by Moore, stolen. Caddy LaLane stepped in front with the shot clock winding down and gets the big turnover with UMass up by 8.
Yeah, 2 things on that possession is great for UMass. Miami took a lot of time off the clock, over 30 seconds, and a nice tip by Derek Gordon and a steal.
Williams to the rim. Chaz leans in, scoops it home to put his team up 10. 1 minute, 20 seconds left. 67-57. Quickly to the front court, Miami. On the drive, it's Giovanni McKnight. Under the arms of Caddy LaLane, the scoop no good off the rim. Rebounded by Derek Gordon. The Minutemen had possession with 1:05 left, leading by 10. Gordon gets it off to Chaz Williams. Chaz across the time stripe gets double teamed, slithers through a couple of Miami would-be defenders. Now he circles back up top and gets fouled. 2 shots for Chaz with 53 seconds left. Giovanni McKnight with his 4th foul.
Yeah, just bad execution there for Miami. They took a lot of time off the clock when you thought they needed to get a couple quick ones. And then UMass finally strings together a nice series there by their finisher, Chaz Williams, getting the lane and scoring a easy one at the hoop after the possession where Samson Carter gets a stick back. UMass going to do just enough to get this one today. In good shape, up 10.
First free throw from Chaz is no good. Williams with 16 points, 8 assists. Now 2 of 3 at the foul line. Chaz leading 4 Minutemen players in double figures. You've also got 13 from Maxi Esho. 12 from Caddy LaLane, 6 rebounds for Caddy, so he won't get his 8th double-double. And 11 points from Trey Davis. He's the 4th in double figures. Now for point number 17, Williams makes 1 out of 2, and now it's 68-57.
UMass going to back off the full court pressure, just pick up in the half court.
Minutemen, the last 5 points in the game. Here's a deep jumper for 2 by Felder that's good from outside the foul line. And a timeout called by Miami head coach John Cooper with 42 seconds remaining. We'll keep it here. It's now 68-59. Will Felder having a big game. That was his 18th point, 8 out of 10 from the field. And their leading scorer on the season has kept them in it for a lot of this second half. Josh Maurer, Tim Collins, Jason Germain. Don't forget, for you radio audience, our Nathan Agency's post-game show will follow. The Minutemen look like, unless it's a monumental collapse, they're going to go to 12-1. But I think something that we can talk to Coach Kellogg about, Jason, is his team hasn't looked very sharp the last 3 games.
No, they haven't. It's a concern. But you know what? I think about it, you got to give the Red Hawks, Tim, a lot of credit. They came in here, 4-6, 1 man down, as you would say, man down. But they played their butt off tonight, and you got to give them credit.
Yeah, and Miami doing just enough to hang around. Obviously, their scoring leader, Will Felder, doing a good job keeping him in the game. A nice-looking player, 18 points on the night, doing it from mid-range, doing it in the post.
How much of this, too, is what Coach Kellogg's been talking about? Now that you have that national ranking, which UMass has had for 6 consecutive weeks, and probably come Monday it'll be a 7th. Now that you have that national ranking, the Miami, Ohio team that was just 4-6 isn't the same kind of team that you're getting. You get their best effort. Minutemen inbound. Chaz Williams throws to Samson Carter in the backcourt. He gets fouled. Then that'll make it 2 shots with 36 seconds left. His team leading 68-59. What do you think with that target on your back? UMass has to maybe play a little bit harder because a 4-6 Miami team is going to play that much better than they normally do.
And they do, Josh. But you made a good point in the pregame. Sometimes it is hard to get up for these games. It is hard to get focused when you see the record and stuff like that. But hopefully they can finish this one out and be ready for the St. Joe's Hawks to come in Wednesday. Because I'll tell you right now, the St. Joe's will be a lot different than this game.
Yeah. First free throw good by Samson Carter. And by the way, all 6 of his points have come in the closing minutes of the game.
Yeah, and I think it's a lot for this team is you got to kind of find your scoring touch again. And, not to say you didn't shoot the ball well today because you shot 51% as Samson gets both of his free throws. But it's the turnovers, it's the offensive rhythm, it's stringing together scoring opportunities, and maybe they find their rhythm once they get into league play.
2-point jumper by Giovanni McKnight swishes in, foot inside the arc. Timeout John Cooper with 27 seconds remaining. And then it makes it 70-61. Samson Carter had hit both free throws to put the Minutemen back up by 11, but then McKnight able to hit his 7th field goal. He's got 15 points, a good-looking sophomore guard. Final timeout, it'll be a full, but we'll keep it here. 27.4 seconds on the clock, 70-61. The Minutemen are in the lead. Got a radio show Monday night from 7 to 8 at the hangar to talk to Coach Kellogg about the St. Joe's game. Again, the Hawks are 9-4 after a 1-point win today. They just barely held off Denver on Hawk Hill. Won that game by a point. But St. Joe's, after a 4-4 start to the season, has pulled off its longest winning streak in over 2 seasons. 5 straight. This Atlantic 10 race, which is about to begin this week, has maybe UMass now suddenly the favorite with the way they've played 12-1 in non-conference play. Coming into the year, everybody was pointing towards VCU and St. Louis. Those teams have played well, but not quite as well as UMass, so there's another target on you.
Yeah, and I think, they've risen to the top in terms of the favorite. You're right, Josh. And you know what I'll tell you, though? I saw St. Louis play Vanderbilt the other day. They are as good defensively as they've been ever. They got 5 seniors starting. VCU starting to gain some momentum. You got GW coming out of nowhere a little bit, getting the transfer from Indiana, Maurice Creek, giving them a little dimension. So I think the A-10, and you see it with the URI win down at LSU, the A-10.
Got to throw in St. Joe's and LaSalle. They're going to be right in there at the end.
Yep.
Minutemen inbound to Chaz Williams out of the timeout. He's fouled in the backcourt. Chance to add on to his 17-point night. With 24 seconds left, he got fouled by Giovanni McKnight. That's his 5th. So McKnight, with a 15-point, 7-assist, 5-rebound evening, has fouled out. UMass leading 70-61. And St. Joe's at 7 o'clock Wednesday night. You're right, you have to throw him in there with veteran coach Phil Martelli in his 19th year. Jason, you can't forget them.
Never.
Dayton off to a great start. Dayton kind of up and down. They won their preseason tournament, kind of faded a little bit, and now they're kind of getting it going again. Jordan Siebert, obviously a big-time scorer for them. Archie Miller's got them on the rebuild.
They didn't win in Hawaii, but they came close, played very well, and actually poked their way into the top 25 nationally after that effort. First free throw, no good by Chaz Williams.
So I think, people thought the A-10 was maybe, obviously last year got 5 teams in. They thought maybe the A-10 was a 2 or 3 bid league. This year it might be a little deeper than people think, with, kind of getting some wins on the national radar.
One more for Williams, looking for his 18th point. Ben shoots and swishes it home. Point number 71 to boot for the Minutemen. Esho comes in. Maxey, who has been great, especially in the second half, gives Chaz Williams a final seat for the night. 18 points, 8 assists. Came in averaging 8 assists per game, second most in the nation. 71-61 Minutemen. Floater by Rollins, no good, but it's tipped up and in by Felder. His 20th point makes it 71-63. Inbound to Trey Davis, who got trapped in the backcourt and turned it over. Steal by Rollins to Eustace. Three-pointer no good. Rebound Felder again, put back good again by Felder. 8 seconds left at 71-65. Inbounds pass goes to Maxey Esho, and he's fouled with 6 seconds left by Oswald in the backcourt. And Maxey, with a 13-point night, is going to go to the line for 2 with his team only up by 6.
Once again, UMass.
Tell you, if that last one went in, guys, that would have been a little interesting.
Yeah, that's not going to cost them the game, but you got to finish a little better than that. A couple easy buckets again for Felder. And maybe this, a lot of people might say, Miami, as Maxey Esho makes the free throw, Miami made it closer at the end than it really was, a 10 or 11 point lead, but I'd say it's about as close as the game's been the whole game. They've hung right with UMass. Maxey Esho makes his second one.
He made them both to get up to 15 points tonight. Caddy Lalane goes out. Tyler Bergantino in with 6 seconds left at 73-65. Here's a 3 by Moore. It's in and out. From the right corner, it's grabbed by Esho, and the horn sounds. UMass tunes up for the start of Atlantic 10 play with an 8-point win over a feisty Miami, Ohio squad. 73-65. Minutemen holding on. The game they, frankly, were expected to win by more points than they did.
Yeah, hey, we'll take it, though. 12-1. If you looked at that pre-conference slate and said we were going to win 12 or 13, I would have taken it. Maybe not as pretty as he wanted the last few games, but a win is a win. And, this team is maybe not riding on its highest level going into that St. Joe's game, but they're certainly riding high in the sense that they're winning games, and they're showing they can win all different kinds of games.